Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. The date is 24 February 1991 and the ground part of Operation Desert Storm has just begun. A huge coalition force moved north from Saudi Arabia. 2 US Marine divisions along with Arab allies were tasked with moving directly into the occupied Kuwait. And as always, Marine Aviation's main task was providing support for the Marines on the ground. Most of US Marines aviation was based in Bahrain. This is a small Arab island nation located just off Saudi Arabian coast, and it was one of several Arab countries which actively participated in liberation of Kuwait. Bahrain had just finished constructing a large airbase called Sheikh Isa, and this base started welcoming US Air Force and US Marine aircraft such as FA-18 Hornet, A-6 Intruder, and F-4G Phantom soon after Iraq took control of Kuwait. So many aircraft were based there that even taxiways were used for parking them. Marine aircraft were parked with their wings folded like on an aircraft carrier. A single airstrike or a Scud hit on the airbase might have caused great damage to the coalition, but nothing like that ever happened. We're now flying with 2 Marine aviators from VMFA 314, Major Bob Boomer Knudsen and Lieutenant Scott Coma Quinlan. They took off from Sheikh Isa and contacted Direct Air Support Center. They were immediately assigned the task of destroying a battery of Iraqi multiple rocket launchers placed ahead of the advancing Marines. This target was detected by a drone, or a remotely piloted vehicle as it was then referred to. Boomer and Coma descended from 30,000 feet through several layers of clouds. Weather was bad over Kuwait. Visibility was further deteriorated by smoke from burning Kuwaiti oil wells. They were set on fire by Iraqi occupational forces as a part of their scorched earth policy. 2 Marine pilots then contacted a forward air controller airborne, a 2-seater Marine Hornet. They used their radars to intercept it and guide themselves to the target. The overcast was down to about 8,000 feet. Their target was located about 10 miles from Al Jaber Air Base in Kuwait. Forward air controller marked the Iraqi battery position with white phosphorus rockets. Boomer and Coma then attacked it with their bombs and took out all the launchers. After the forward air controller confirmed the destruction, Major Knudsen thought that the job was done and he headed south. But the forward air controller then informed him that this was not the original target but rather an additional one which he had found. There was still the primary rocket battery detected by the drone, and that one was located about 5 miles away from the first one. The forward air controller pointed out that the target was heavily defended by AAA. Due to darkness, their muzzle flashes were easy to spot. Rocket launchers were placed on one side of the road while anti-aircraft guns were on the other side. Target was again marked by white smoke and Major Knudsen dived on it. He couldn't spot it while diving, but only after pulling up. The same thing happened to his wingman, Lieutenant Quinlan.
هلا بنت الزهراء هلا بنت الزهراء
Knudsen rolled in from the north again. This time he was much more successful, taking out 2 launchers. His wingmen took out 1 more. Both of them jinked and deployed flares heavily to defeat the defenses. There was 1 launcher left. Major Knudsen was now out of bombs and flares, but he still had his gun, and the launcher was a potential threat. So he decided to go for 1 more pass. But as soon as he lined up, he heard his wingman calling out, "I'm hit," on the radio. Knudsen aborted his attack and advised him to climb into the clouds. But his speed wasn't high, he was out of flares and his aircraft was well highlighted against the overcast. He felt a thump which indicated that his aircraft was hit too. Left engine fire warning came on. He activated the extinguisher and dropped his fuel tanks. Neither Knudsen nor Quinlan saw any missile launches, and they weren't sure what exactly had hit them. They were now heading towards the water, expecting their chances for rescue would be higher there than over ground. But their Hornets were still flying, so they decided to try to reach a small divert field south of Kuwaiti border. Then they changed their minds and went for Jubail Air Base further south, since it was equipped with resting gear. Bad weather over Jubail prevented them from landing there, so they continued all the way back to Sheikh Isa in Bahrain, their home base. Both Knudsen and Quinlan landed without difficulties. Now it became apparent that their aircraft had been hit by infrared homing shoulder-launched missiles. But despite the wreck hits, Hornets demonstrated their toughness. Both aircraft were repaired and operative within 36 hours. Even Major Knudsen flew another sortie soon after landing. Looking back on that mission, Knudsen admits that some mistakes were made. Bad weather did force them to low altitude, but they also made several passes from the same direction. They carried a lot of weight and drag, which caused them to lose speed while pulling up. Finally, they ran out of flares and the overcast made them easily visible. But they still took a chance, knowing that any of those rocket launchers could have been deadly for Marines on the ground. Two-engine configuration of the Hornet clearly proved its worth here. Had a single-engine aircraft been flown instead, both pilots might have easily been captured by the enemy. If you liked the video, be sure to press the like button. That helps the channel a lot. If you're able to, you can support the channel on Patreon. There you can find exclusive content such as another Marine Hornets over Kuwait story. Subscribe if you haven't already, and keep watching Showtime 112.